Mary Clan from behind Main Street Books, and I don't always listen to internet radio, but when I do, I listen to the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City on VegasWholesNetRadio.com from 7 to 10 p.m. They're awesome, and I love them. When I'm not banging fat chicks behind Main Street Books, I'm listening to the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City. Like them on Facebook. I like them all the time. Follow them on Twitter. They don't know I follow them everywhere. And visit them at SinCityBounty.com. Sin City Bounty. Put the N in there. It's not bounty, it's bounty. I'm sounding Scottish now. Arr!
This program is intended for mature audiences only and contains strong or potentially offensive language of an adult and sexual nature. So, listener discretion advised.
The views and opinions expressed on the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City do not reflect those of this station or its affiliates.
All music, stories, and characters are the sole property of their creators and are protected under international copyright law.
Sierra, Sweet Cheeks, Toxie, and Glyph are personalities put on for your entertainment.
Their stories are real, their language is explicit, and their behavior's out-fucking-rageous.
If you can't take the heat, get the fuck out of the kitchen.
Blasting to you straight out of Las Vegas, Nevada, it is the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City, starring Sierra, Sweet Cheeks, Glitz, and Toxie.
Good evening, Las Vegas. And people around the world.
And all you motherfuckers who don't know if I have pants on. We were just discussing, as the show was coming in, about how our various states of dress, and I said, well, you know, nobody would really know if I even have pants on, because you never really see me below my tit level. Not that it would matter. No one ever makes it past my tits anyhow.
Right, they just stop.
Titties!
What? You have other stuff? What?
Boobies!
I get the opposite. They don't make it up. Like, they don't know I have, you know, a face, no boobs, nothing. They can't go past the ass.
No, they can't get past your ass, which is a lovely ass, by the way. It's very nice.
Thank you.
It's very, you know those statues they make of women from the back where they have like a little waist and then a nice really rounded hips and then it comes down to like little narrow legs and feet? That's how our girl Toxie is built. She's built in that, like, I call it an ivy leaf because you look like an ivy. You know how an ivy leaf is like rounded at the top and comes to a little point? That's what I call it.
That's my ass.
An ivy leaf.
That's how my ass looks.
She's an ivy leaf ass.
I look like, there's a business out there. It's called Chunky Business, like CHUNK and then E in business. And to me, when you look at a lot of their products, I'm like, oh, it looks like me from behind.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like me.
It's got my ass. And then you turn it around and it's got my boobies.
See, then it has boobies and I'm like, wah, wah, wah. Oh, boobies. Oh, boobies. One day, girls, one day. I'm still in the training phase. So I was just, hold on one moment. Not like we're on live or anything.
Yeah, no, we're not live or anything. Taking our drink orders. I'm being harassed by a very good friend of mine, Der Hugus. He's all mad at me because it's, you know, I'm harassing him because he harasses me all the time, and that's how it works. Harassment, mutual harassment. That's how it should be.
So I said I'm gonna talk about how what kind of state I'm in when I come in, what got on, you know, not wearing pants. Mm-hmm. By the way, on a side note, I work in a position where I work from home. And so it's always the same. They have no idea if I'm wearing pants, not wearing pants, if I'm even wearing clothes. They have no clue because they don't see me. So. Don't
you ever have video conferences with people?
I don't.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
See,
no, I choose not to participate.
Just on
I like
purpose,
being anonymous.
On purpose, I would be like super fancy from the waist up and then butt ass naked from the waist down.
Business up top, party in the bottom.
That's right. I would totally pull off naked bottoms at video conferences and just giggle the whole way through the video conference because it's like, my vagina's touching the chair.
Well, just in case my boss does ever actually
listen
or discover what I do in my spare time. I will not mention if I sometimes work naked. I will not say anything of the above.
None of the above.
None of the above. I plead the fifth. Totally. But what got on it? I came rushing in. As usual, today I overslept. I went home. I've been somewhere all weekend. I got home, took a little nap. I came and I'm rushing to get here. I pull into a spot. I park like, I don't know, I've never driven before. And so my car's all out there like this. I grab my stuff, I'm running up, and I'm like, this is very familiar. I do this all the time. Basically, this is my life. I cannot be on time somewhere for the life of me. No matter how hard I try, no matter how much effort I put into it, I can never be on time. So my life is a constant state of like, rush, 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 rush. Am I wearing underwear? Okay, rush, 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 rush. Oh, I'm supposed to be here. Oh, I'm supposed to be there. Blah, 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 blah. So that's me.
I am the exact opposite. If I am 30 minutes early, I believe that I am on time. Even if that means I have to sit around and wait for everyone else to show up, I will do that. If I am on time or 10 minutes late, I am stressing out because that's just not how I do things. And a lot of people get very upset with me because like I'll show up like 15 minutes early and they're like,
actually, when we had a meeting at my house, you showed up early.
Yes.
Mr. Taxi was in his underwear.
He sure
was. I said, as long as you don't mind that Mr. Taxi's in his underwear, it's all good.
I don't care.
And he's like cleaning the kitchen floor, I believe it was, like in
doing
his
dishes,
underwear.
I think.
Yeah, doing dishes in his undies. But I'm so not like that. I'm constant. And when I'm sitting, like when I'm in a restful state, my brain is like, squirrel.
Sure you don't have adult ADHD?
Oh, no, I totally have adult ADHD.
Get some Ritalin, man.
Without a doubt I have it. I once had a personal trainer. Obviously, she did a great job. Highly recommend her. But at one point, she just had to stop everything. And she's like, listen, she's like, you have adult ADHD. She's like, can you go get that taken care of?
Meds, please.
So, yeah. I'm not good at taking meds for extended periods of time, so.
No. You just start to forget after a while.
I do, like 3 days.
It's the adult ADHD.
My adult ADHD can't remind me to take my medication for my adult ADHD.
This is the problem everywhere. So you were somewhere this weekend? Are you going to talk about it?
No, nothing. I was helping a friend, so I was, with her all weekend, so.
Burying bodies isn't the...
Yeah, that's what friends do, right?
That's what I do for friends.
Here's the deal. I'm the friend who may not necessarily get the shovel and help dig to bury the body, but I'm the friend who is willing to pay someone who will hold the shovel and dig. That's the kind of friend I am.
That's awesome.
Just so you know.
I too am that.
You too?
I may not do the actual digging on my own, but I'll make sure it gets done.
You can sink it down. There's a button underneath the actual ass of the chair. Yeah, you have to sit in it. In the back. I'll go get them. Entertain yourselves for a minute. I'll go get chairs.
I'd like to sing the latest operatic version of All About That Bass.
Oh, there's a new version?
No, I just made that up.
Oh.
I was just trying to fill time. Is there? There's an opera version?
Sorry, I'm all out of breath, folks.
We just climbed 5 flight of stairs.
Super late. And, story of my life. I shall be late to my own funeral.
We just finished the discussion at how I'm always late to everything. How I ran up here like with 30 seconds to spare, out of breath, like cuffing and puffing. My car, if you saw it down there, is not even parked straight. I'm like crossed a few spots. I'm a hot mess. I will always be that way.
Just Jay.
And my computer is locking up.
Oh, good.
Son of a bitch.
Why didn't I bring my cheese?
You want some water? It's kind of warm now. Yeah, the earlier I try to start like prepping,
Right.
like the later I am.
It makes no difference, right?
No.
You can, and people say that all the time, just get ready earlier. Why don't you just start earlier? I can start freaking an hour earlier getting ready, and I still will not be on time.
For me, it's
There's
not
no chance.
the getting ready portion, it's the everything I do in betwixt the time.
Right.
So like all the stuff that I realize, like I gotta respond to emails and I gotta like make a call
Yes,
back.
I get, very distracting. Lots to do.
I got like 8 billion things to do. Is that the new camera?
No.
Did it ever get to work?
I can't get it to work now.
Balls. I got more webcams. We'll
She likes the balls.
make it happen. I do. Actually, I don't. They're useless for me. I'm not sure what they're for.
To jingle them.
Yeah. No, I do.
What else is supposed to smack against your forehead?
Right.
What the hell?
You're doing it wrong. Like, whatever you're doing is wrong.
Right?
I brought cookies.
There are certain ways in which
cookies.
they need to be slapping against your forehead.
I'll take these.
Freak.
Oh, are those the ones that are in the blue tin?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Butter cookies, bitches.
Butter cookies, bitches.
Fucking love these things.
I like the ones
These are
with
the ones
white
that you keep
powder.
throwing a fit that they don't have the white powder.
We have to talk about this. Wendy of Neverland just asked about the app. Actually, let me talk about it really quick.
What app?
Ooh.
Oh, the
Oh, I
Wakey?
love the pretzel ones. Let me
The
talk
Wakey
about
app?
Wakey for a moment. Let me I'll tell you about
Wakey?
Wakey. No, Wakey.
Wakey.
Wakey's this app, right?
Like wakey, hands off my sneaky type?
No, here's
No,
what
like
it is.
wakey, eggs and bacon.
Wakey.
Ah,
It's you can you sign up for this app, all right? And you basically you get to wake people up across the world. You never
Or they
get the
get to
number or
wake you up.
anything,
Oh,
or
that's
they
fucked
get to
up.
wake you up.
I
And
don't
so,
think that's a good idea.
well, you only do it. They don't get your number. They don't get anything. It's done through an app, and it's only when you want to when you're a wakey, and you want to wake people up, then you log in that you're available to wake people up, and we can do one on air if you want.
I don't understand.
So okay, let me explain.
so
what
you
it
set-
is.
wake up
It's a wake up service.
You
but
set an
it's
alarm
different
and say,
people.
I want somebody to call me at 5:30 in the morning. At 5:30 in the morning, your app is going to ring your phone.
And a person will be on the other end, and
To
they will
wake you
say,
up.
wake up. And different things will happen. I use it for quite a while. Different things happen. So the first few times
shouldn't be saying wake
Use
up.
this
they
as
really
a dating service?
no, because once you're connected, you can only talk for 1 minute.
Oh,
So unless you're like, hey, I think
my
I
number
really
775.
right, unless you're like, I really think I like you in the 60 seconds we have to talk, let me try and give you my number. Right, so it doesn't work, but so it's fun, and you get to talk to people in other countries, and you get to wake people up like in the UK and just different places. So it's awesome. And of course I was like, what? There's people from other countries? And I'm like, I love accents. So I'm like, give them all to me. Let me log in, give them all. Let me wake up everyone in
Bring
France.
it.
Let's do this. And so I used it a few times at first, and then they couldn't hear me, or I was getting their voicemail, or something weird was happening. So one morning I set a wake-up call, and a dude calls me. It was perfect because for whatever reason I either forgot to set my other alarms, or I didn't hear them, or whatever. But I woke up to the phone ringing, and it was a guy, and he's like, time to get up. And I'm like, oh, great. And so he spoke for a moment. He's from Nebraska. And at that moment I realized, I'm like, I have nothing else to say now. And I'm like, well, thank you for waking me up. And that was
have
it,
a
like,
script,
click.
And it should be like very specific, like, hi, I'm such and such from such and such, and blah 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 blah
Well,
blah.
people
and this
do.
is my
It could
favorite thing
be-
about myself.
It could be whatever you want it to be. Like, some will sing, some will tell jokes. So I was over a friend's house, and I had shown them the app. It's meant for adults, but
Right.
I'm like, this is kind of fun. We get to wake people up you get to wake them up in the U.S. as well, but around that time it's other countries. But you log in to wake up. Like, you say, wake me up at this time.
So you want to be
Yes, you want to be woken up. But
Wake
what
up.
happened
It could be like morning
Is-
speed dating.
Right.
But so the
Hey, my name
first,
is blah, blah, blah,
so
blah,
the
blah.
first few, and you can go and
Next.
chat afterward, but there's so many people that use this app that the chat just like flies through. Like, you can go in and say, hey, I just spoke to a great guy from Nebraska. Let's hook up. But he'd have to see it, and you guys would have
so
to
there's
keep up
no,
on
like-
the
It's like
chat.
missed connections on Craigslist. You
Right.
have to be
They
really
have
looking
to be
for
really
Very
yourself.
diligent about
Right.
search.
So anyway, we were doing it, and we did a couple in another country, and so I would put on the speaker, and the kids were all like, oh, wake up, time to get up. And everything was great. And they're like, grumble, 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 okay. And so, I realized a lot of people either just don't like to be woken up, or they forget they said it.
I said don't.
And there's
get a fucking app if you don't like being woken up.
Thank you.
There you go.
And then there's, so finally we get one. I have all these kids around me. They're like, let's just do one more wakey. I'm like, all right, one more, and that's it. So we do it, and they answer, and we're like, wake up. And then the person on the other end is like, fuck you. And I'm like, and now the wakey app is done.
That was probably me. Yeah.
So.
And then there's probably the part that you called with kids. That would have been me. I would have been like, get your little fucking snot-nosed assholes off my lawn.
Right. But again, you schedule a time. Like, I'm setting a time alarm on my phone to have people wake you up.
Germ factory is calling
It doesn't matter. We were all just
They're not going to give you germs over an app.
Fucking Denzel to call me at 8 o'clock in the morning. Be like,
you're not going to get Denzel. You're going to get some random dude from Nebraska
That's
going.
Why I'm not going to say
hey, girl, time to get up.
Kids calling me at 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's already ruined my day. Thanks so much.
Can you please have Waka Flocka call me?
So, yeah, so the app is a great idea, but it probably is,
No, I think it's great for people who probably have a hard time waking up. And,
right.
They probably need that little spurt of, interaction in the very beginning of the morning. You don't want to interact with me in the morning. Especially
no, me neither.
In the first 30
I'm
seconds that I crack my eye open, I'm like, fuck
I'm not
off.
a good morning person either. I'm not. I'm like, there's mornings where my boss will call me and she will say, I'd like you to go have some caffeine and then call me back. And then we can talk.
I'm like, don't call me before the crack of noon. Yeah. Well, probably because I just went to bed at like 7 a.m.
Crack of 4.
And, I'm like, yeah. No, I roll out of bed about the crack of noon, so...
So what if you missed the first call? Then what happens? Do they call back? They continue.
Oh yeah, do
they? If no,
I
like
hitting snooze,
right,
or you get like a
2-3 times.
I hit my snooze many times. Like I have, for example, with my alarms. Just to give you a little idea of how many alarms it takes to wake me. and that
is that once every 10 minutes?
And it includes
10 minutes,
snoozes
and then
on all.
Skips 15 minutes.
Yeah.
What's that about?
It jumps around. So I'm a bitch to wake up.
I have one alarm, but I hit snooze no more than 3 times. I have agreement with myself. I hit snooze no more than
I have the
times.
most obnoxious buzzer on my phone that just immediately puts me in a bad mood, so I can't go back to sleep. I'm like, if I tried, mom, yeah, then I get it. But if I tried like getting the whole mystical.
That sounds like a dream.
Right? And then I'm like, I like crack my eye and I'm like, fuck it, that's nice and soothing. Right. I'm just going to go right back to sleep.
I had one that we got one year as a joke gift, and Mr. Toxie got it, and it was a drill sergeant on a little box, and it used to go like, do, 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 wake up! And he would put it across the room for me and like set the alarm. I fucking hated it. I used to have one.
I have to.
You gotta get up and go walk across the room.
Right?
I'm already up. Fuck it.
It's done.
Yeah, I have to do things that are annoying that will like instantly aggravate me. So I'm like, God damn it! Now I can't go back to sleep because I'm pissed.
You got mystical waterfalls and shit. You're in a dream.
Right? Fuck that! I'm going right back. I'm turning over. Shit.
Time for
Let
bed.
me adjust my boob.
And Sierra, you probably wake right up, huh? Sierra, are you the kind where you wake right up and you're like, good morning, I'm happy to see the sun.
No. I hate morning people.
No, I am not, because I have to be up at 5:30 in the morning, and so no, I am not the happy Joe.
I am just going to bed. You should call me in the morning. I'm just about ready to call me and tell me goodnight.
Oh, you call me and wake me up, and I'll say goodnight. I will. Sing you a little lullaby.
Don't sing me a little. No, okay. Okay, you're waking up. I'm going to sleep. Okay.
Right.
We're good that way then. Like, don't sing to me in the morning. Like, don't do that.
When I go to lunch, I'll call you to wake you up.
My good friend Dawn is such a morning person, and she wakes up and she's like, doves are flying in the sky, and it's such a beautiful day. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why are you like this? You are broken.
I'm going to stab you
in the face. Like,
throat punch.
I am like, what the fuck? Everybody's like, good morning. I'm like, what is good about it right now? Right? My back hurts. My feet hurt. Like, my head hurts a little bit. You're being all
Twittery.
Yeah, and I'm just like want to punch you in the face. What is good about this? Tell me the good prognosis about this situation.
Coffee is coming soon.
Yeah.
I wish I drank coffee. Or I wish I had a way like I could tap a vein. I don't know. Will speed wake me up in the morning? What does it?
Might not get back.
My instant wake up option is usually panic. So like I wake up and realize that I have forgotten something, or because the first thing I do when I wake up is check my email. Like before I even roll out of bed, like I turn on my phone and I check my email because I have like 30. So
text messages.
So if I get like some kind of email that's like, hey, Desiree, why haven't you? Or I'm like, that's my instant get up and go. Like,
so you need a can of panic every morning.
A can of panic. That is my motivator.
Desiree, your car's being towed. What? Good morning, dear. What you need is a cat with a hairball problem. That'll wake you the fuck up.
I'm allergic. I probably would just let it die.
You would let it die.
I don't like
right next to your bed. You were like, time to get up. Time to get up.
Yeah, no. Instant motivator is that panic. It's like, okay, I'm up. Let's get this done. Okay. Yeah, no, and it happens pretty much every day about this time because we're going into the new year, and I have been forgetting to write things down. So every day, usually something like sparks up, and it's like, oh, okay, I gotta hurry my ass up and get on the ball. So I brought with me this evening Mr. Jay Dickums, and he is going to be new to our production family.
Yes.
He is a new male talent, which is very exciting.
It's the new cock on the block?
Yes. I'm really, you can see that he's very attractive, right? He's got a very, very cute face, great smile.
Well, thank you.
I used to work back when I first started, like, last millennium. I worked with CJ Wright, who was known to all, everybody. Everybody knew who CJ Wright was. Are you familiar with CJ Wright?
Not yet.
Okay. You should definitely look him up. CJ he is retired. He moved on to other things, but he was probably one of the best male talent ever in history. And since he has retired several years ago, there's been nobody to like kind of fill his place. We have a couple really good male talents in our industry that know how to perform, but there's only a couple. Like finding good male talent is really difficult. Especially with the bigger girls. Like, trying to find good talent that knows how to move and get the right angles and keep everything flowing and not have to like start and stop. You could turn like 30 minutes of footage into like a 6-hour production because they're like, oh, I gotta stop and take a break and whatnot. So yeah, when I met Jay under unfortunate circumstances,
everything happened for a reason,
right?
Yeah, we wouldn't be here now. We didn't meet then,
right? Well, I didn't see him perform at the time, but because I'm always looking for good male talent for the ladies, I took his information, and then a few days later, I looked him up on like Twitter and social media, and I saw pictures, and I was like, he could be the one. I got so excited. I told my boyfriend, I was like, come look
at his penis.
Well, it was actually, I don't even think I saw that ever. I don't think I ever saw that.
I've done the same with Claudia Marie, so you can check it out.
Just pictures, like body pictures, essentially. Like, he was very fit, very ab-esque.
He's very Abby.
Right, very Abby. But the thing that I always liked.
You got that groin line, that V.
The thing that was one of my favorite things about CJ was that he was so insanely physically fit. Like, and it just looked amazing when you had him with like the big girls, and I mean, he looked good with everybody. Let's be serious, but like
he just looked good.
He just looked good, but because he was so fit and active, and did a lot of like weightlifting. Like working with big girls was nothing to him. He was just like, let's move this over here and get this situated. And
too.
yeah,
he wasn't one of those guys that said they were into BBW, so or just did it for the money. He actually did it because he enjoyed it, and he proved that like in the scene.
Well, he was a BBW lover, but not all male talent is like super into bigger girls. A lot of guys kind of like all women. Are you kind of like an all over the place? Because I know
I'm all over. I just like pleasing women.
Your wife is smaller.
She got something up under them clothes. Don't let it fool you. But I can handle it.
Right.
I used to play semi-pro football, so I can handle.
Yeah.
Where did you play semi-pro? My brother played semi-pro.
Yeah, I played for the Silver State Assassins, and then I played for the Las Vegas Lions. So
okay, so you've been here in Vegas.
Yeah, born and raised.
Okay. Oh, he played on the East
Vegas
Lions. Although he played in a All-Star Championship game up in Mesquite years ago.
Yeah, I was supposed to play in one of those, but I broke my ankle the game before.
Okay.
Yes.
Vegas Lions have a show here.
Is that right?
Yes, they do.
Yes, I played for them 2 years ago.
Here
in
on
the
Is it a semi-pro team?
Yeah, the Vegas Lions.
I didn't even know who the team here was.
Yeah, we've had a couple of different semi-pro teams. And then if you count arena football as semi-pro, we've had a couple of those too.
I know we have arena. What position?
Arena, wide receiver and defensive back.
Awesome.
So you know how to take a hit. What?
I put something on you too, though.
No, but I'm very excited to work with Jay because I think that he kind of will fit a missing niche that our industry needs, and I think it'll be a very successful.
That's not the BBC one, is it?
No, there's plenty of that to go around.
Sure, right. I'm sure there's plenty of those.
You never run out of that. No, but
like
good for. Well, I mean, you don't even have to have a caucasaurus.
Right.
Like you could just be regular if you. But it's your
Scary
performance, right? Like Shane Diesel, like
Right.
you tear a little bit while he comes towards you. You're like, oh god. Yeah. No, but. It's the performer. Like, the performer is himself. And especially working with different women and different variety, making the girls feel comfortable. I worked with, especially when I first started, I worked with a couple of guys that, because when I first started, there wasn't a lot of BBWs around. I was kind of on the forefront of the whole BBW scene. And a lot of guys were like, well, we don't fuck fat chicks, but we're just doing this for the money. And it makes it a real uncomfortable scene. You're like, oh, well, this guy's not really into me. And, I'm just bending over here thinking, like, what? He probably thinks we're disgusting.
I've actually experienced that where a guy was like,
you gotta turn the mic on.
When a guy was like, actually like, oh, no, well, I normally don't fuck fat girls. I'm just doing it for the money. So I made for, like, a terrible scene because I'm like, we're supposed to be into it to make a good scene. But he just basically was like not cool with the girl getting on top. I'm like, why even shoot big girl porn? Why don't you just stick to what you like or whatever? But
well, I mean, it's obvious he was just doing it for the money.
So what got you into porn, Jay? Like, what was your
I was actually at a party
factor?
in California, in Van Nuys, and one of the guys, he was like, man, you look like you can do porn. Would you fuck this girl? And she was super BBW, but I'm like, yeah, you got the body for it. So I'm like, okay, well, we'll see. So I dicked her down. It was a lot of people around. So,
right.
Yeah, I dicked her down. Jay Dickum, so I gotta dick him down. So yeah, I took her down, and it was just.
He said I took her down.
Oh, it's audience. So,
it's like a cattle call up in his bed. Took her down.
Took her down.
He got a stamp to say Jay Dickums.
Right. We're gonna work on that. Thanks for the idea.
Right. Shit, I feel like we should get some rope and have
a.
I mean, she really. She like, shit, I gotta go. I don't want to.
She's all blushing over here.
So you've mentioned that you're married, right?
Yes.
How does your wife deal with this?
She loves it.
She loves it?
Yeah, she's at every shoot that I do. So.
Has she ever considered being in the industry as talent or?
Nah, she's in law school, so.
Nah. she's gonna get into the industry.
Right, just on the other end.
Right.
I really, you can always wear a mask. Yeah.
The mask bam tits.
I had I have somebody who still like to this day sends me texts because he's asked me to shoot with him, and I'm like, I can't, work and all that. And he's like, I'll get you a mask. Right. And at one point, like I had a picture one day, and it was like different pictures of like masks, and they're like, look, we found some masks for you. And I'm like, oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for thinking of me.
Yeah, especially since it's your ass that's the most recognizable part of you. Like, your boss will take one look at it and be like, hey, I know that ass.
Right. I know that ass from anywhere, right?
We get you a wig and now I have ideas.
You can't describe it. You can't hide the ass. Like, there's nothing.
Well, you don't want to. That's the whole point.
Exactly.
Right.
However, it's
a few people. I know that clit. That's all it is. I know that clit right there.
10 years from now, her daughter will be searching vintage porn, and then her name, she'll see her mom
in a mask.
Wow.
Mom,
I'm hoping that never happens.
She's like, that was not me. You see that person has a mask on.
I
that
have
was
Googled
not
vintage porn, and shit from the 90s has come up. I'm like, that's not vintage porn.
Yeah, that's not vintage.
Well, it is for
Show
me. I was like
for
8.
the 70s or something.
Yeah.
All black and white porn.
Bitch. Vintage porn is on VHS. Okay? Like, that is technically vintage porn. Like when you have to bust out that VCR, which ironically was the first porn I watched ever was on VHS on accident. It was labeled something like totally different. I thought it was a kids movie.
Put that fake label over the top. Right?
I think it was like E.T. or something. And that's not what happened. That's not what happened.
It was DP.
Yeah, I think it was like that guy looked like Fabio back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was pretty traumatizing for me. At
How old were you?
I was like 6 or 7.
Oh no.
Not Evan.
Not Evan Stone, no. But the dude really looked like Fabio. He had long, luscious locks. However, it could have been Evan. I was pretty young, and Evan's a lot older than me, so it could have easily been Evan Stone. But I thought I would have recognized him later on in life. But no. Yeah, it was pretty traumatizing. I was like, oh no.
Oh, it was traumatizing?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's like, I think I put it in. It was like in the middle. Like I remember it like being in the midst of the scene, like.
Open up to just a pounding.
Yeah, pretty much. And I turned on. I put it in
down.
And you know how the VCR, it doesn't like have any like. Extra pause or anything. You just put it in and push play, and shit plays.
Right.
And that's what happened. And it was like, ah! Ah! And I was like, oh god,
what the hell is going on? that could have been dramatizing.
And maybe now later on in life, it caused me to be in porn. I don't know.
I grew up with nudie mags in the bathroom, so porn was just always like I've always known where my dad's porn stash is to this day, and I didn't go looking for it, but I'm pretty sure when I was out there I could have found my dad's porn stash.
How ironic!
My dad couldn't even hide his porn stash.
No,
it was like in his room, and they had a waterbed, and it was like sitting in. You know how the waterbeds had those shelves with the lights?
Yeah.
I'm like, there's his,
He illuminated his porn stash.
How ironic would it be, now that you guys know a bunch of porn chicks, that if you went and dug through your dad's porn stash, if you found some chicks you knew?
Well, my dad, maybe this is where I get it from, but my dad had like a weird taste in porn. Like, it's all foreign shit. Like, all like Swedish porn, so it's all like really twisted and weird. Maybe
and
that's
super hairy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very hairy
like
porn.
Big old...
Yes.
You know what is really weird is when you used to watch a guy on porn and then you do a scene with him. It's like, I remember when I was like 14 and I used to like masturbate for the first time to you, and then you're like
a dream come true now.
Not really a dream come true, just kind of trippy, kind of. Certain guys, yeah, but you'd be like, yeah, you were like 25 when I was 14. Like, it's awkward.
I never think about it because, I grew up in foster care, so I don't, like, have a dad or, like, any uncles, or I don't have any siblings. So, like, there's nobody really, like, male that's close to me that would have, like, porn that I'd be freaked out if they were watching some one of my friends. Like, I have friends. One of my friends, actually, from, literally, I've known him since kindergarten, is a truck driver. He just strolled through the other day and, came and hung out with us. Mm-hmm. And, I remember when I first started doing porn, and he got one of my movies, and it's the same with the other people, like older, friends of mine that I've had forever, who have this idea that watching me in porn might be this awesome thing, but then they know me, and then they're like, don't talk to her like that. Don't do those things to her. Like, they can't watch. It upsets them.
Like how Charles is. He's like,
yeah.
Don't do that to Sasha. I'll slap you.
Yeah. No, it's weird because you watch people, right, on porn, and they're not people. You know, they're just bodies in this movie. But then when you meet them and they become a person, like, you're like, oh, you're a human. Like, and then you realize, you know, oh, and then you can't watch this, you know, girl that you know getting dicked down. Like, you're like, oh, that's petrifying. Yeah. So how is it, like, in your relationship when you go and you do scenes and everything's all over and it's just like another day on the job and just go home? And
I mean, it's a double-sided thing for me. I mean, pay, cool, but being able to test drive new vehicles per se is even better. You know, my wife, she cool with it. She like to see it. So
I'm sitting here going,
you trying to put it together?
God, how do you get to drive vehicles?
Oh.
Okay.
It's such a good thing you have a nice ass and a pretty smile.
I can go rated R with it if you need me to clarify it for you.
No,
she's like, is that all Honda?
Right. Like, are those GMs or are those foreign vehicles?
All I could think of, like, that's all I thought is I'm typing. I'm like,
wait, you get to drive
you
new
get to
cars
vehicles?
Do you get to drive luxury vehicles?
Yeah, some
mess.
luxury.
Are there any you can recommend? Can you recommend a good minivan? I mean, help me out here.
Right. No, it's just, I guess it's just the thrill of new pussy. I'm gonna be real. You know, every woman is different. You know, you have to really listen to them, pay attention. I'm trying to please them. A lot of producers that stop, cut, turn over, put your hand up her ass, and all.
Put your hand up her ass.
I've had a few.
Wait, hold on. Which ones are these?
I've had a
Give me the
few.
names.
Like,
Yeah.
just ram your fist up her ass. Wait a minute. Like, time out. It make my dick go
Is
soft.
she
Like,
clean?
wait a minute.
Did she prep for this scene?
Oh, yeah. She took an enema for sure.
You better make sure you're in the shit zone.
Right? Yeah, something like that. I just like to go with the flow.
Shit free zone.
Myself.
Unshit it zone. De-shit
So what do you
fly.
see, like, as, you know, when you think about your career in this industry, and, like, what is your big goal?
My ultimate goal is to have a production company myself one day, maybe 5 years down the line.
And what kind of stuff do you want to produce?
A variety. I don't like to keep myself contained within a box. Like some people, oh, I don't do BBWs, I only do skinny chicks. Well, whatever. I'm gonna fuck the skinny chick. I'm gonna fuck the bony chick. I'm gonna fuck the ones in between. I'm gonna fuck the BBWs. I'm gonna dig them down.
Do you do other things besides just straight porn? Do you, like, do fetish?
Well,
or do you
I
have
model,
any...
so I take a lot of pictures, nude, editorial, photos.
Well, I mean, as far as, like, porn goes, do you, because there's just regular porn.
There's
you
dicking
know?
them down.
I have
Dicking
it.
them down.
And then
I
there's
haven't-
tying them down.
And then there's tying them down.
I'm with tying them
down
down.
and-
I'm with tying them down. I haven't got into the pee fetish, but I'll do a golden shower. I really want to diversify myself.
Well, there's...
I'm not getting tied up though.
Well, it's actually that
So-
kind of porn is illegal, but we do like a lot of like
Is
face
it?
sitting. Yeah, you can't do scat or scat is for sure illegal, and
So is pee.
and golden showers are also
Really?
no,
No, you can pee, but you can't pee on
On a
someone.
person.
right. You can't actually pee on them. Just
And
like
in some
you can't,
states, anal is
um,
illegal.
yeah, and just like you can't actually, you know, there's a lot of fetish with, you know, a lot of like abuse. I just want to say, I don't know really how to put it, but and that's illegal as well. You're not actually supposed to torture anyone on video.
Can't type in abuse or torture
Yeah.
on any
I mean,
No, it's
I
hard-
smack
it's
that ass, you
hardcore,
know, pull the titties and shit, but I don't
Yeah.
like punching people and stuff. Like some people like to cow punch people or some
Oh,
shit.
man.
donkey punch.
Donkey punch.
Donkey
That-
punch.
You know about that.
I was
I'm like, wait a minute.
Is that a fat joke? I did think of though that when at one point in my life I was like, I'm gonna move to Vegas and open up the cattle ranch to rival the bunny ranch.
That's a good. That's
It'll
a
just
good
be a
one.
bunch of fat chicks up in that bitch.
The
Hey,
cattle
people
ranch.
gonna pay.
Cattle ranch.
All the
food bill
motherfuckers
for
that
that
talking about
place
they don't do
would be
BBW, they gonna be up in that motherfucker.
Well, you know, ironically, BBW, like, it's funny that there's so many guys out there that are like, oh, I don't like fat girls, and they tell all their friends, I don't like fat girls, and there's all these guys that, you know, oh, I don't like trannies. Ironically, tranny porn and BBW porn are like the highest selling porn.
Right.
You know, it's crazy.
They lying.
There's so many people in the closet. It kills me.
They'll fuck them, but they just don't want to take them home.
They don't want to be in public with them. That's what it is. They don't want to be seen with them.
I did have a guy one time that told me, he was a friend of mine. He used to be a friend of mine. And he told me he really liked big girls. But he told me that he'd rather tell his mother that he was gay than to admit that he liked fat girls.
What?
I know. I guess she was like...
Polar tank tank.
Right. I was like, that is so sad. I was like...
I can't believe that shit. Like, you pretend to be gay so your mom don't know you fuck fat chicks? Like, isn't it usually the other way around?
I know, right?
So when they're in public and a guy walk up and smack his ass, then what is he going to do?
Yeah.
Shit.
How you going to explain your mama that?
I mean, it's 2014. You'd think that, you know, I mean, well, for me, I don't even... Like, a box doesn't even exist near my person. Like, I'm so out of, like, everything. I'm so open-minded, and so, like, there's very little that I haven't seen or experienced, and it's just so crazy to me in a world that's so... There's so much out there that people still
are narrow-minded.
It literally baffles me. I can't.
Appalls me.
I can't. I literally almost can't wrap my head around it. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, how does any judgment? I struggle with that. Like,
let me just share. Wendy of Neverland just said, I'll admit it. I'm assuming it's censored it. I'm assuming it's gay. I'm gay and I like fat chicks.
Oh, Winnie. You're so sweet.
She's amazeballs.
Right.
Thank you for being open about your love of fat chicks.
Right. I added her to my personal Facebook page, and she was so cute because the first message she sent me was, "I promise to not stalk you." I was like, "Oh, thanks."
That sounds like the true first words of a stalker and shit, right?
Please do.
Like, only on Wednesdays and Fridays. It's
right.
Like, I'm down with stalking, just as long as you don't, like...
Get mad.
No. You can stalk me all you want. Just do it silently.
Right, silence.
I don't need you commenting on everything and all that shit. Just lurk in my Facebook.
The way I feel, if you're going to stalk me, come help me out. I mean, when I'm moving groceries to the car, come help me. You already there. Make yourself a use.
You're already hiding behind that bush.
All right, come on out. Help me.
Helpful.
Okay? Make yourself a use.
That's a great idea. Like, if you want to stalk me, do it while you're mopping my kitchen floor.
Right, exactly. Come on out.
Just to share.
Man, I wish I could get Charles to help with that.
Where was you? Why weren't you stalking me when I was moving 3 weeks ago? Okay.
You want to stalk me? That's awesome. Come in my house, wash my dishes. I'll take my shirt off. I mean, I'll let you stalk me from up close. Just get the dishes clean.
Yeah, I can't talk Charles. I'm trying to get, like, because, I used to have, like, a little, herd of slaves, and they used to, do everything, and Charles just won't go for it. I'm like, come on, man, you don't even have to be here. You could just go out somewhere for the day, and, when you get back, the house will be spick and span. You won't even know that some guy was naked and I was kicking him around on the floor that did it. But he did a really good job.
I have a friend who had a few incidents where guys would come, and then she would, like, boss them around and have to be, like, really mean to them, and then they would pay her, like... Yeah. Here's $100, thank you, or I mean whatever it is.
I not only could get my house cleaned immaculately because them little bitches do a really good job when you're kicking them, but I could also get $300 while they're clean. I could get my rent paid, my house clean, and everything all in one time, and my aggression out.
And you don't even have to do anything.
I don't even have to do anything but be mean, which I can do in my sleep. Shit, I got that covered.
I really have a problem. Like, I think the first time I can get mean and maybe I can yell and I can be like, fuck you, scrub harder. And I'm like, please, if you don't mind.
You don't even have she doesn't even have the voice to be mean. She's like, no. Wait, I would probably look at you and laugh. I'd be like, are you serious right now? Stop it. You're joking with me right now.
Like, look away and scrub harder. No, please, scrub harder.
They're like, what's happening?
Give me your best dominatrix face,
Toxie.
Yes, do it.
I can't now that I'm laughing.
That's her best dominatrix face. Because as soon as you say, scowl at me, be mean.
She's like,
say be mean, I'll be like,
wait, you get to drive cars?
Oh, you're so pretty.
Okay, wait.
You can do it.
I'm trying. Okay.
Do it for the camera. Is the camera on her?
Camera's on her.
We gotta have them. Here.
Just for those of you listening, and not actually watching, go check out our archives. But Desiree just mime punched her. It's awesome.
I was trying to get her to stop laughing.
It made it even worse.
I'd be like, bitch, get it together.
Right.
Don't make me get my pimp hand out.
I apparently suck at submissive as well because I just giggle then too. Like, why you just punched me in the head? That's funny. I mean, ow. Okay, let's
do this.
Yeah, let's get those
Seriously.
cheeks together. Okay?
She can't.
Okay.
That's it.
We'll move on and come back to her when she's...
No, I got it.
Oh, she got it.
She
She almost had it. She almost had it.
That looked more doubtful than angry.
Confused.
That's what it looked. That was a look of confusion. But I think that's her common look.
No, just think Mr. Toxie just did something really, really stupid.
Mr. Toxie just asked you if he could come in your mouth.
No. Mr. Toxie just came in your mouth.
She's like, oh, that would never happen.
Well, after I bit his penis, I'd probably look a little like, what the fuck? Like that. How was that?
That's close.
No. I wasn't even close.
Some encouragement.
I'm going to have to pay them, aren't I?
Yes, you might have to. They're like, can I get a refund, please? This is not what I signed up for.
That's it too.
She has one
multi-face. Multi-purpose
It's either
face.
this face or my resting bitch face.
Well, resting bitch face is better.
You could do angry resting.
Yeah, you look a little dangerous. You know, I really don't know. I can't tell if you're a killer or not. So,
like, what is it? Super clingy girlfriend? You could totally pull that off.
Can I?
The wild, crazy-eyed, super clingy girlfriend.
That evil giggle.
That's what I've always hoped to be able to pull off. Yeah.
She's got an evil streak. I've witnessed it, but
I do.
Some
evil comes out.
Right.
Uh-oh.
And her seriousness.
Followed very shortly
serious.
by rainbows and butterflies.
Right.
I do get very serious when I get serious. And I do really have resting bitch face.
Those are the ones you have to watch out for. When they get mad. Whoa.
I just have bitch face. Resting or not, it's just there. Everybody always is afraid to like come and talk to me or approach me because they're like,
you're very intimidating.
Look mean. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. That's just my face. You're
right.
just like, how I look.
Yeah, don't mind that thing called my face. So.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to offend you with my face.
All right, let's take a quick break.
Okay.
And when we come back, we'll talk more to the porn stars and find out what's going on with them.
Take them down.